full force type stuff. You know what I mean? I thought it was like it was a hard shot, but it wasn't. Like I just hit him so clean, and like where I hit him at, snapped his neck and everything. And if you know, if somebody neck turn like that.
Now you gotta wait. Now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting through the mud.
Back down from that, I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why?
Gervonta Davis is fired up for his rematch against Lamont Roach, vowing to knock him out in their first fight. Davis talked big, but couldn't back it up. Now he's more aggressive and focused, determined to secure victory. Fans expect an intense showdown as Tank seeks redemption. Now they had a heated moment on an exclusive Fox interview.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
Yeah, a rude awakening for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come off the first, it's all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Gervonta Davis's recent draw against Lamont Roach has significantly impacted his standing in the boxing community. Once celebrated for his knockout power and undefeated record, Davis now faces scrutiny and doubt. Boxing analyst Tim Bradley remarked that Davis's name is in the mud following the match's outcome, emphasizing the urgency for Davis to restore his reputation. Bradley further predicted that the rematch wouldn't extend beyond 6 rounds, highlighting the pressure on Davis to deliver a decisive performance.
Look like a real businessman now, you know. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of toned it and tamed it, calmed it and tamed it down, toned it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on the show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it?
Nah, there's too many holes. Too many holes in the game of too many holes. Too many holes. Too many holes. Can improve in or improve on, and you know they're gonna come back and they're gonna put their best foot forward, bro. But like, look, if this shit don't motivate you, Tank, you know the fact you got to draw, the fact that you had a big fight lined up with Jake Paul after this, and now you gotta wait, and now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting drugged through the mud. You know, and all those fans that was on his side, bro, a lot of them are switching teams now, you know? So, you know, look, he got a lot to prove, not only to himself, but a lot to prove to his fans and his fan base out there. So he go back in there, had his rematch, and he do what he's supposed to do, like he's supposed to do the first time around, then all the shit that happened in the pad, it swept under the rug. Because that's just how, you know, the fans is and the sport is. You know, and then he moves on.
Lamont Roach exudes confidence as he prepares for the rematch against Davis. In a recent interview, Roach expressed his belief in his abilities and readiness to face Davis once again.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents, and everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this shit. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Like I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So, why would...
His father and trainer Lamont Roach Sr. acknowledged his son's dedication to training and preparation, while he remains uncertain about Davis's mindset and the exact timing of the rematch. He trusts in his son's commitment and hard work.
Like I expected, but I knew my son was game. Training camp, he was so focused and locked in. I knew that we was gonna put on a great performance, and it was kind of like stolen away from him a little bit with the decision. But the world got to see how good he is, so that's the plus to come out of this. So he really stamped himself in the boxing world more so with this performance. So like I say, that's why it's bittersweet.
Is it
we get it? We talked to the team. You know, he fresh off. He's fresh off this fight just like everyone else, you know what I'm saying? He might be talking off some whispers or things like that, but I don't know his plans. I don't know his management team and stuff like that. But I know the fans want the rematch, and he should get the fans what they want.
Do you think we could see a rematch take place back in Washington now?
That'd be great. Why not? They just broke the Barclay gate, so I think it'll sell out fast back home.
The initial fight between Davis and Roach concluded in a majority draw result that sparked widespread debate. Prominent boxing promoter Eddie Hearn voiced his opinion, stating that Davis should have lost the first fight, and that a point deduction was warranted. This controversy has fueled discussions about the fairness of the decision and the need for a rematch to settle the score definitively.
Can fight Gervonta?
Maybe not. I mean, I think he's had a result, to be honest with you, because one, he should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticised the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So, yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter. It won't be easy.
Trainer Greg Hackett acknowledged the competitiveness of the first bout, expressing difficulty in predicting a winner for the rematch. He noted that both fighters have demonstrated the skills and determination necessary to secure a victory, making the upcoming fight highly anticipated. Similarly, Julian Gonzalez highlighted that both Davis and Roach would exert maximum effort to claim victory in the rematch, underscoring the evenly matched nature of their rivalry.
You got to learn from the first fight. You got to learn from the first fight, and you got to bring something different. But at the same time, you still got to be careful. That goes for both sides. You can't pick a winner. The fight was too good. You can't pick a winner. I see where Lamont neutralized Tank, and I see where Tank neutralized Lamont. Somebody gotta go even further. This might be one of them Jones, man. We might see 3 of these. No bullshit. We might see 3 of these Jones.
Is this a lesson to boxing fans?
Renowned female boxer Claressa Shields emphasized the importance of mental health in the lead-up to the rematch. She expressed concern over Davis's aggressive statements, suggesting that he should seek therapy to address underlying issues. Shields believes that prioritizing mental well-being will not only benefit Davis personally, but also enhance his performance in the ring.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff, when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters, and it's just like to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids, and he's not signed with TMT. Mayweather, yeah. Promotions,
no, he's on his own,
anymore. Yeah. It's like when I hear him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy.
I think he would be better, and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight. So I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank, because to me he just needs to take some serious time to deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that. So it can be very, very tough. So I just hope that he gets help.
Should Davis choose to avoid the rematch, Roach has alternative opponents in mind. He has engaged in discussions with Shakur Stevenson and expressed willingness to fight Kezin Davis or Vasyl Lomachenko, provided Lomachenko has not retired. These potential matchups highlight Roach's ambition and readiness to face top-tier competition regardless of Davis's decision.
He's 100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up a round, because whenever you have rounds where nobody's doing anything, I'm not just going to do what most people do, and especially people that don't like Gervonta Davis, which is just give the round to the other guy, because Gervonta Davis didn't manage to knock him out that round. Okay, so this is Gary Russell Jr. clearly saying, man, no, I don't think Lamont Roach won that fight. You also had Al Bernstein. And Al Bernstein, I'm telling you, is a very, very straight, fair guy who I don't know if he was on that call, but he used to work with Showtime. I don't know if he was on there. I don't recall if I heard him. I think it was Rolly Ronaldo that was calling it. But Al Bernstein, who was a very, very objective person, said, hey, look, no. Sorry to break it to you, but Gervonta Davis won that fight. Yeah, Lamont Roach put up a really good fight, but Lamont Roach was not dynamic. He did not do anything to really separate himself from Gervonta Davis. He just kept it equal. He just tried to keep it even the entire fight. And that's not enough, again, to take the belt from the champion. Now, I do want to say that the people that thought that Lamont Roach won, I don't have any problem with that. I really don't have a problem with it at all. I personally, again, had a point for Gervonta Davis, but I can see how those swing rounds really could go, depending on who's looking at it, really could go different ways, right? But I had him winning. Larry Hazard, who was the ref who was calling it on the air,